We are playing round 4 of the Vintage Challenge with Esper PO. We have turn 1 Ancestral, which I am down 4. We actually have turn 1 Brainstorm Fetch Land, which is probably more likely to happen, but we have to see if he's playing skill steps. He famously plays a lot of skill steps. Alright, well, the jig is up. The news is out. I have no interaction. Do your worst. Jig is up, the news is out. They finally found me. Wow, is he actually playing PO today? No! Why are you playing main deck Remora? Ah! Fuck me. I did this to myself. Well, I didn't want to play today either. Jesus Christ. The game is just over. He actually just won the game on turn 1. So frustrating. Remora just destroys the mirror. It's so brutal. Unreal. Not good for us. I guess I could Ancestral in response there. I don't really want to, though. I guess we're just gonna go off into it. It's like so frustrating. Yeah. We basically have to hope he doesn't draw Force of Will, and then we just get to go off at some point. Not really much else we can do. Next turn we want to really draw a land next turn. If we draw a land, we can play Mentor, which is like pretty good against this play. It's like we're probably never getting out from underneath the Remora this game, so I don't think we're playing a Snapcaster at end of turn. We might be, though. We're probably never playing the Snapcaster this game. It's really bad to play a Snapcaster of end of turn when we have an Ancestral Recall in our hand. I'm not feeling that play. But it is like a reasonable line. I don't know. I'm down to try. We're certainly not like making other lines happen, so we're gonna be long dead before this Snapcaster does anything, though. That's the only real problem. Fortunately, we're gonna have to give him a card to resolve this Mentor, but we're gonna play the Crypt so that we can end of turn Ancestral if we want to. So far, he's drawn 2 cards off Remora. Not that bad. He has a Force, too. I wonder if he has Flusterstorm in his deck. I'm going to cast our Ancestral. I think it's like pretty important that this thing resolves, so if he has Flusterstorm, we like obviously it's bad for us, but alright, well, he gets to draw another 2 cards, which is great for him. But we should be able to resolve this Mentor. Okay. I mean, we're probably dead is the only problem. You're gonna pay for it this turn? No, you're gonna repeal it. Sure. Makes a lot of sense. We're definitely gonna brainstorm here. In response to a new Remora. He's at 10 cards in hand. It's gonna be very, very hard for us to win, but we can try. Unfortunately, because our plan is beat down, this balance is not good. It'd be pretty reasonable against a 10 card hand if our plan wasn't to Monastery Mentor kill them. What is white mana? Is he playing a swords? Can't play playing a sword. He's playing PO. Does he have his own balance? That would be brutal. Not really, though. Alright, I'm going to definitely brainstorm in response. I lose my fetch land, but whatever. I want to make sure I get another monk. And if we can draw a Force of Will to counter this, that would be really good. It's not even that good. I guess we have close to lethal. We're getting closer. Guess we can go off with a PO next turn. I mean, we have to go off through a Remora, but we have a Mentor in play, so that's actually good enough. I don't think he plays Thoughtseize, but let me just hide the PO anyways. Alright, so the trick is if we can just make enough Storm that our mentors kill him, it doesn't matter that he draws his whole deck. He has balance anyways? Fuck off. God damn it. He's teched out as hell for this tournament. Ugh. Wow. I like his choices. I think it's a pretty good choice for this tournament to be playing Balance Remora. I'm pretty upset about it, but he pitched 3 lands from his hand. Wow. I can like try to go off through this pretty. I think I can go off through this fine actually. He has 3 Force of Wills left in his deck. He might have a Fluster, but he can't cast a Fluster this turn. And at the very end, we can just balance again. We can Merchant Scroll for repeal. How much mana do we have after that? So if we Merchant Scroll for repeal, this is 4 mana, and then we can't PO. It's unfortunate. So maybe we can Merchant Scroll after. We can make 2 mana with Hurkyl's Recall, and then make 2 mana with Hurkyl's Recall. That's going to give us 8 mana. That's good enough. No, I actually think we're going to go here. I don't think we need to. I think we can win the game on this turn. So if we Merchant Scroll and we Hurkyl, if we Merchant Scroll, repeal, Hurkyl's myself. Yeah, we're doing this. Oh, that's a good draw. I think I'm just going to put another PO on the top of my library. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. If he drew a Force of Will, he drew a Force of Will. Nice. I think we played this game phenomenally. I think I'm not going to use a lot of blue sources, so I'm just going to PO again. We actually are a little out of cards at the moment. Those cards are not very good. Oh yeah, we bricked off there. So let's take a look what he has. I don't know if Tinker Top is correct. I guess we have 2 spins with Tinker Top. Might be good enough. Realistically, we can tinker a Blightsteel and pass with Force of Will. We fragmentize his Emerald. There's really no way we're gonna lose. Yeah, I'm gonna just take the Blightsteel line, I think. I think this is fine. I can't fragmentize it. Yeah, I can. I have fetch land. I can definitely get top, and I don't think that's an unreasonable line, but I think I can't lose this game if I just do this. He does have a Lotus, so it's like a little risky. I might be able to just counter the Lotus, though. I'm not going to counter the Lotus. I'm just going to counter a spell that stops us from winning. Actually, the reevaluating his hand, I think this was probably too greedy of a line. I think I might have liked to play the Tinker top line, but I forgot about the Lotus was the real problem. I looked at his hand and didn't really think it had enough gas, but the Lotus changes things. So. I mean, he still needs to either cast PO and have force backup, or take infinite turns and have force backup, or have a Hercules recall and have force backup. So, like, it's still hard for him, but I think, like, he has enough outs that it's not that bad. He chose not to shuffle with his Ponder, so... Yawgmoth's Will? With a balance in the yard? Alright, well... If he has a force, you got me. I have to counter this. Wow. What is this? I could pay for Remora? Do I think he's playing a Fluster in his main? Because right now, if he Flusters... I guess I can't even pay for Fluster even if I think... Alright, I have 5. Can I pay for Fluster right now? Storm count is 5, so... How does that work again? That I can exactly pay for Fluster right now? Is that how that works? I think so. We know that he has Time Vault and Top in his hand, so he would have had to either drawn Fluster off the top. No, he drew Yawgwill. So I think I do pay for this then. I think I do pay for this. Because I know he can't have Force right now. Top, spin top. He can't hit anything though, I don't think. Oh, activate top? Yeah, I think he's out of options. Okay, I think I would have taken the Tinker top line if I got to play that match again. I think I was a little too... It might have been a little too greedy. Maybe not. I don't know. Him drawing Yawgwill off the top was kind of nuts. I really like how we played almost all of that game. I'm not sure about the Tinker Blightsteel line. So, Camball, Caracas, Flusterstorm, taking out Island, taking out Hercules Recall, taking out Tinker Blightsteel. Right, like there's obvious like there's certain amount of percentage chance that we just draw nothing and pass. I mean, we knew he doesn't have force. It's what did he find off of Ponder in his draw step? So I actually kind of like keeping a balance in the main. Just take out one key. Kind of like this setup. Yeah, but like a fetch doesn't exactly change how, like, there's still an overwhelmingly large amount of duds in my deck at that point. Like, I can still hit multiple lands, multiple fetch lands. I can hit Moxen. Like, there's a lot of duds in my deck. And, like, although fetch land does let us see 3 more cards, it only, it can see the same 3 cards. So, like, I don't know. I think I'd have to go over the math of what's left in my deck and what's a hit and what's not. I felt pretty comfortable with the Force of Will and the ability to pay for Remora that, like, I could probably beat most cards that he draws off the top there. So I think it was fine. I think both lines have a lot of merit, though. We'll run with this. Tinker Top shows us up to 6 cards. Without, you know, drawing more preordains and stuff. I think it's probably likely that the percentages on the Tinker top line are actually good enough. You also get a double draw too. You can go deeper because we do have a Hercules recall in our hand at that point. So we can tinker for a top, activate top, and bounce our things back to our hand. So I think the top line just might be a little bit of a better play. I don't know. What is he has to draw force. He needs to draw force. He needs to like draw force, not play his Remora, and then ponder into a win is what he needs to do. Like a Yogg-Will. So like if in that turn, instead of playing the Remora, he just draws a Force of Will, uses the Remora to pay for Force of Will. So like there's definitely a line there where it just his series of his cards that win the game are very few and far between. He needs a Hercules to stay alive. The Yogg-Will is obviously nuts. The Yogg-Will is the best one. He like goes balance and then ancestrals or something insane. Like a Time Vault key is fine there, but he has to draw the key and a force. He could draw his own Tinker. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think this hand is bad. I think I'm going to mulligan this hand. In a Pio Mirror, I think this hand is not good. I don't think this hand is nearly explosive enough. I actually think I should have taken out the second top instead of the second key, which I'm pretty sure I did the last time we played the Pio Mirror. If we draw Mox and then preordain into Mox, this hand is actually fine. This hand is like so. This hand is so close to being not good enough, but I think I'm gonna try to keep it. Yeah, we just lose if he plays Remora. I can't believe we won when he resolved a Remora against us. That's pretty good. That's the kind of card we want in our hand. No, this hand has the possibility of being a turn 2 hand. We need to draw Moxen for that to happen, obviously, but it's not unreasonable for us to have multiple Moxen in the top cards of our deck. Like, we can draw Moxen on the first turn and preordain into Moxen, and on the second turn we PO them. Like, Jesus Christ. I hope we don't die on this next turn here. I can only get force next turn, though. But I probably will. That's a lot of work. I lose my top. It might be worth it, though. That might be worth it. I probably have to. It's like such a low value line, but I think it's necessary here. If he POs off and we die, I'm gonna be very upset. I actually think I think it is the line that I'm going to take, ID. I really think it is. Like, if we take this line, it gives us, I mean, we're gonna lose to a Flusterstorm with this line, but we were, like, always going to. Like, our plan no longer is PO. It's Camball, so I actually think this line supports the Camball plan pretty well. I think this is fine. We're not topping, though. We're going to Brainstorm. Brainstorm is much better here. Like, we're getting rid of our top, though. We do get to play Camball next turn, too. I like how this turn went, actually. I'm pretty sure. I like how this turn went. The Brainstorm actually makes that line much better than the top does. The Brainstorm uses the scroll as a fetch land, which is kind of nice. We got to pitch 2 cards that we probably weren't casting this game. And now we have a turn 2 Camball with Force of Will back up. I'm really happy with how that turned out, actually. We're still going to lose to, like, Mox PO Flusterstorm, but we're pretty much always going to lose to that, so. We do just beat, like, PO or Mox PO, though, which is nice. It's like pretty close, sir. I think I think holding back the Pearl has like some pretty powerful it's a knowledge thing, like him not knowing he can get Camballed next turn. But maybe I see your merit is a lot more what you're saying is a lot more likely, I guess is a better way to say that. It's a lot more immediately impactful. I think you make a good case, though. I think that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, I like can't stop any of this. I can only counter a PO. Good news is he can't fluster here. Yeah, no, I think. Oh, Jesus Christ! Swear to God, if his last 2 cards are PO fluster, it's gonna be brutal for us. Yagwell. Yeah, no, I think like that was. I'm just like explaining why I in my head did not play it. Though I think the reasons that you're saying are better. Demonic Tutor. So if his last card is PO, he gets the PO for 3. If it resolves, he can't get Fluster. What can he get? Can't think of anything that's like super bad for me here. Letting this resolve, I think. I can't think of what he would get that's bad for me here. I guess he can get Remora. Like, not that good. He can go get a blue card so he has Force, but that doesn't do anything either. He knows we have Force of Will. I'm not sure what he's getting here. I really don't know. I don't know what it can be. Top is reasonable. Top lets him, if his last card is PO, have a good PO, has some redundancy for afterward with spins. Top is a reasonable thing. I think because I can't think of a card that's gonna like murder us here, I just didn't force it because I didn't really see a reason to. There's no counterspell he can get. Oh, his last card was Preordain? Interesting. No, his last card was Preordain. Top he did. Interesting. I'm not sure what that means exactly. I mean, his tutor was obviously very powerful. If his last card was Preordain, it means he got to go get his PO. Alright, so we have a Cam Ball now, which is a really good place to be. We have a Forcible Protecting Air Cam Ball and multiple cantrips to use on our next turns. This is not a bad place to be at all. I like this. Karn. I don't think Karn is like that good in the PO mirror, but it's certainly a problem. Like, I'm gonna force it. I think I'm gonna pitch this Ponder because I think I can still win a game with PO. I guess now we can have Flusterstorm. So maybe like letting that Demonic Tutor resolve was really bad for me. I kind of wish I had countered the Demonic Tutor now. I just was really afraid like it was bait so that he could PO after. His last cards were Force of Will? Alright, so you have a Karn. And a 4/4 probably. Second PO is really unfortunate there. I would have much rather pitched my PO if that was going to be the case. Yeah, I'll take a Night's Whisper though. It's a good draw. Okay, that's good. We're going to be able to set up a PO next turn. This is a good place to be. I don't think Karn is that good in the PO mirror. I typically don't bring it in. I think you're supposed to be trying to kill each other as fast as possible. Hopefully he bricked on this draw step. Oh, make it another Golem. Okay. So we can Vampiric on our upkeep for Mana Crypt. And then go off with PO. Is that the best thing we can vamp for? Maybe it might actually supposed to just be a Sapphire. We vamp for a Sapphire, PO for 3, and then we get to... It's just probably better to just get a Sapphire. Yeah, not me. I think Sapphire. I guess we could just get Yogwell. But actually, no, we don't have a black mana now. The reason we wouldn't get Mana Crypt is so that we can continue casting POs because we need blue mana. You don't really want Opal because you just want to draw. You can just draw more Opals. I guess it doesn't really make a difference. It doesn't really make that much of a difference, but Sapphire is better than Opal here. I'm gonna do this. It's like you could take Opal here. It's like not really a big deal, but so the only card we hope he doesn't have is Hardcast Force or Hardcast Mindbreak Trap or Flusterstorm. Those are the cards off the top that really wreck us here. He's not F6, so I mean he could definitely have it. I don't think he does, but he could. Yeah, well, that's a really good draw. That was actually one of the best PO draws I've seen in a long time. We drew like infinite mana and another two Moxen. Like, actually nuts. Yep, game's over. Wow. This deck is fair and balanced. Mapcaster's 2 more POs, in case anyone was wondering. I don't know why anyone plays decks that are not PO. It doesn't make sense to me, but I've just been saying that the whole time, so. Do one more PO. Do we have a mana? We don't have a dude yet. Alright, we'll cast Dig Through Time then. I guess I could have gotten any of the other. I basically should have gotten not those cards, but that's fine. I just wanted to get a mentor is what I was trying to do. Mentor is like one of the quickest ways to lethal, so that's why I was trying to do that. But we have Mentor Time Walk, so that's good enough now. Not that one. Not that one. Glad we didn't have enough floating mana to play that. That would have been very bad. I mean, it wouldn't really be that bad because we would just have, I mean, replayed everything with Yagwell and been fine, but it would have been bad enough where I would have been mad about it. Draw a PO. Sure. Alright, he's had enough. We have just demonstrated that we are going to kill him before 5 minutes.